Pretty amazing and amazingly weird. That's a dog, all right. Man's best friend has been with us through thick and thin, and in sickness or in health. You'd think we'd know them inside out by now. Unfortunately, there are still several mysteries in the wonderful world of canines that baffle us to this day. For example, why do dogs age faster than humans? Don't worry, we're taking a look at 10 dog mysteries and giving you the answers you've oh so long wondered about. Let's get started. Number 10. Dog years. It's sad to see a friend go, especially if that friend has long been considered as man's best friend. That's right, we're talking about everyone's beloved canine companions. If there was one thing we could ask for our pet, it'd be for them to spend an eternity with us. Unfortunately, most people tend to see their dogs grow weaker and sicker over the years and have to say goodbye long before they'd ever hope to. Why do dogs age faster than humans? Chronologically, by the time a dog is a year old, you're 7 years old in human years. This means that a 1-year dog is the same age as a toddler. A 2-year-old is the same age as a child at the cusp of puberty, and a 3-year-old would be equivalent to an adult human doing their taxes. The truth is dogs tend to age faster because their bodies work at a faster pace than ours. Their metabolism is leagues ahead of our own, and their hearts tend to beat at an exponential rate. A dog's body is basically hardwired to work at a faster pace than a human body, which is why they wear out quicker too. This isn't to say, however, that all dogs have a predetermined lifespan. It varies with breed, health, and general lifestyle. On average, smaller breeds outlive larger ones. Sadly, pet parents can't stop their pets from aging, but they can give them the best quality of life there is. Number 9. Maintaining eye contact while pooping. Have you ever noticed your dog staring intently into your eyes, not breaking away from your gaze, all the while they're relieving themselves? While this behavior might seem weird to humans, it's a rather common practice in the animal kingdom. We just think it's weird because you wouldn't expect another human being to keep the door open while they're in the bathroom. Dogs, on the other hand, aren't confined by social constructs and are instead guided by their animal instincts. In the wild, you're either predator or prey, and the most vulnerable position to be in would be when you're relieving yourself. This characteristic is probably ancestral. Dogs stare at you probably to feel safe or to ascertain that you're on the lookout for any potential threats while they're doing their business. Number 8. What's with all that licking? Mothers will often lick their puppies to form a maternal bond with them. It's something experts believe is done to leave their scent on their offsprings or to relieve them from any pain, since saliva is often seen as a natural defense in the animal kingdom. But why do dogs lick their pet parents? Perhaps they've picked up on their mother's trait and are trying to place their scent on you, or as a show of affection. Some people believe that dogs tend to lick humans because they taste good. Really, human skin is supposedly salty and dogs like the taste of it. Then again, there are some people who believe dogs will lick their pet parents to get their attention. In hindsight, what could possibly catch your attention more than a slobbering tongue on your face? Number 7. Circling before they pee. It's early in the morning and you need to take your dog outside to relieve itself. It's also freezing cold outside and you're trying to get your dog to get done with its business as soon as it can. However, your dog seems to be running in circles. Why is that? The truth is that this behavior holds a lot of significance. To start off, your dog has scent glands located in its paws, and it's probably trying to get some of the scent onto the ground to mark its territory. This is common behavior, and you'll see your dog doing that anywhere it relieves itself, not just in your front yard. Some people believe dogs run around in circles to partake in some light exercise to better relieve themselves when the time comes. It's quite simplistic when you really think about it. Lastly, dogs might run around in circles before they finish their business because they're trying to flatten the surface they'll poop on for a better experience. Dogs gotta do what dogs gotta do. Number 6. Vigorously shaking. It makes sense for dogs to shake themselves after a bath. They're just trying to get themselves all dried up. However, it makes less sense for them to shake themselves over seemingly nothing. For example, your dog might just be sitting idle and then get up suddenly and start to shake themselves. Your first instinct might be to think that they got themselves wet somehow, or there's a bug on them that they're trying to get off. Maybe your dog has an itch somewhere and they're trying to make do with it by shaking themselves. Could there be anything else? Well, apparently, sometimes dogs shake themselves to walk it off. They'll have a sudden instinct or a thought that they'll shake themselves to get over it. The matter is still up for debate, clearly. However, this is as far as experts have come so far. Number 5, poking their head out of the window. There probably isn't a single dog out there that doesn't enjoy sticking its head out the window every time they're on a drive with their pet parent. The imagery is pretty iconic. A dog with its ears flapping in the wind and its tongue out, a sight for sore eyes. But why do they do it? One reason is pretty obvious: it's fun. Another theory suggests that dogs try to immerse themselves as best they can with new sights and smells. In particular, a dog's brain is 40% more receptive to new smells than a human's brain. By sticking their head out the window, they're trying to gather as many new scents as they possibly can and then build a memory box out of it all. Plus, it's a great way for them to air out those sensitive noses. Number 4, obsession with tennis balls. You could buy your pet every chew toy that has ever existed. You could even bedazzle it, but your pet would still reach for the worn-out tennis ball in the back. Ever noticed your pet has an unhealthy obsession with the one toy you're always thinking of getting rid of? What's this obsession all about? Interestingly enough, dogs tend to think of tennis balls as prey. They see the ball being thrown around and then bouncing on its own, somewhat like prey in the wild desperately trying to run away from a predator. A dog's instinct kicks in, and they can't help themselves but run after the ball. Once they catch it, they'll even swiftly move it around from one side to the other. Apparently, this behavior mimics breaking their prey's necks. Yikes. Number 3, chewing on sticks. Dogs love to chew on sticks, but why? If this question has baffled you for years, you're not the only one. Most pet parents wonder why their pet has an unhealthy obsession with chewing on sticks, but unless the stick is particularly thorny, they don't feel the need to intervene. Your pet probably chews on sticks because it reminds them of chewing on bones. Now, bones are actually nutritious and sticks aren't. Your dog won't know that immediately. They'll probably think they need to chew on it sometime more to get to the good part. Once they realize there isn't one, they'll leave the stick on their own. Number 2, what are Zoomies? Zoomies are considered as bubbles of excitement that overcomes your pet every once in a while. It's basically them running around in circles trying to blow off some of the energy that's been building inside of them. This energy builds up usually after a nap, a good bath, or a few treats. Zoomies are completely normal. In fact, if your pet doesn't get these random outbreaks of energy, it's probably best to take them to the vet. Number 1, sniffing butts. It's important to understand what doesn't make sense to you might make sense to your dog. Humans might greet one another with a firm handshake, but dogs greet one another by sniffing each other's butts. This is because dogs are sensitive to smells. They have 220 million olfactory receptors, and 40% of their brain is dedicated to interpreting smells. Anal glands are among a dog's most specific smelling areas. It's essentially their passport since it relays information to other dogs about their age, breed, health, and overall personality. All right, which one of these dog-related mysteries can you think of? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to INFORAMA, and we'll see you in the next one.